everybody, welcome to AnyBiz Inc. The reason why you guys are all here is basically because you're now all employed by AnyBiz Inc. So what happens is once a person is employed, we go through this induction process. I basically explain a few things that you guys need to know, and then at the end you guys can ask any questions, and this basically to make sure that you guys are aware of a few issues. I will be talking to you about a little bit more about AnyBiz Inc. I'll also be explaining our mission statement, our vision, rules and regulations that you guys have to adhere to, and so do we, relative legislations, OH&S, and finally at the end I will show you around and introduce you to your team. That will give you an opportunity to meet and greet everybody that you will be working with. So, first of all, I'll just talk a little bit about AnyBiz Inc. so you have a bit more understanding, and you guys probably did have a description when you first started, but I thought I'd explain a little bit more. So basically, AnyBiz Inc. design, develop and market advanced systems for specialist data capture and transaction processing management. We have hundreds of stores nationally, not just in WA and Perth. So the head office is located in Perth, but we do have offices in all other states like Victoria, Queensland, New South Wales, South Australia. We have about 3,000 staff employed. We actually have a little bit more staff that are employed in the Philippines. On top of my head, I think we have about 10,000 employees over there. And we are actually hoping to expand that internationally. So hopefully we'll have some opportunities to go abroad and go to Asia, New Zealand, America, but that's in about 10 to 15 years. Okay, so our mission statement. First of all, I thought I would just explain what that is, just so that you guys have a bit of understanding. I mean, our mission statements and our visions and everything is posted up absolutely everywhere. It's on the internet, it's on our G Drive, but I'll just explain it to you anyway. So like I said before, we design, develop and market advanced systems for specialist data capture and transaction processing management. Now these two web-based systems work with specialists, hardware supplied by major integrators. So basically we supply IT equipment and we supply them to other industries. Now we supply them to about 200 industries for a range of specialist applications. The visions, the fun stuff. So we operate in accordance with the highest standards in all relationships with customers, suppliers, environment, and of course the community. We foster a climate which encourages innovation and diligence amongst staff and regards accordingly. Because we do a lot of community events, I think that the vision is pretty important. Rules and regulations. So all rules and regulations will be explained to you by your manager. So when you first start, you'll have an induction manual and you have an induction pack. So inside your induction pack will have your contract of employment, it will have your code of conduct, it will have your dress code, it will have all things that you need to sign and hand back, it will have your superannuation, it will have fair work statement. Basically, I will go through a couple of rules and regulations before we continue. So code of conduct is basically how you present yourself, and one of our main concerns is when you wear that AnyBiz Inc. uniform, you are basically representing our company. So I don't want any of this going to the pub. All of that will not be tolerated if you're wearing AnyBiz Inc. I mean, obviously if you have meetings with clients, go ahead. But just remember, when you wear that uniform, you are representing AnyBiz Inc. Dress code. You also have a dress code statement which you will have to sign. All of us are supplied with uniform. So it's shirts, jackets, pants, not shoes. But I guess it depends what position you are as well. Depends on what uniform you will be supplied with. Sometimes there's hats, beanies, jackets, umbrellas, not umbrellas, but uniform. Okay, vehicle accessibility. So basically a certain manager, so a store manager will have a uniform, a vehicle. Now, you basically are responsible for filling in that logbook. You're responsible for filling in that logbook when you fill out the car. If you have an accident, you need to report it. But the store manager is responsible for that car. So if you have any issues, you need to speak to them. That vehicle you're allowed to use if you're going off site onto another site, but you need to communicate with that store manager. And like I said, he's responsible. So I don't want you guys contacting HR, state manager. It's your state manager, your store manager. Mobile phone. Some of you guys might be supplied with mobile phones. Obviously, like I said before, it depends on your position. You will have to sign a statement as well to say that you understand the rules and regulations for having a mobile phone. Pretty sure, at the top of my head, it's about $80 a month. I'm not entirely sure. And obviously, work only. So no apps like Facebook, Twitter, Tinder, if that's what you're into. Nothing like that is allowed on that mobile phone. It's work purposes only. Company credit card, same goes for company credit card. Don't know if you guys will be supplied with one or not. You should have already been told, and if not, it'll be in your induction pack anyway. Like similar to mobile phone, work purposes only. You need to keep a receipt. You'll do reconcile at the end of every month, send it off to accounts. But that's all in the credit card, company credit card statement as well. If I'm going too fast, or if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Okay, so relative legislations. Now, I'm just going to be explaining the national legislations, some of them that basically we have to adhere to. If you do not agree that we're doing this, you need to report it. You need to let HR know, or if you feel uncomfortable letting HR know, to let your manager know, or you could report it under Fair Work Australia. So I'm just going to read through some of these. We also have to follow a few other legislations, but it's different per state. So I'll just do the national ones. So Fair Work Act 2009, legislations in the Employment and Workplace Relations Portfolio, Sex and Racial Discriminations Act, Equal Opportunities for Women and in the Workplace Act 1999. Okay, so OH&S, the fun part. So basically, we have a muster point. Now, your manager will explain this when you actually go to site, but for this Perth main office, the muster point is just outside the front across to the park. So if there's ever an evacuation for fire or anything like that, that's the place that you need to go to. Personal protective equipment, you'll be supplied that. So you'll be supplied with hard hats. Not that you guys will actually need to have that, but just in case if you need to go to our factory or anything like that. Toilets and change rooms. Toilets and change rooms will also be explained to you on arrival at your new workplace. The ones here, it's just past reception to your left, male, female, and disabilities right across male and female. Change rooms as well. We also have change rooms next to that. So if you guys ever feel like you need to go for a walk at lunchtime or whatever, it's all yours. Fire wardens and safety officer. Now, there is 2 fire wardens and there is 2 safety officer in each store. So you guys need to follow it. Basically, they're in charge. They tell you to do anything, you must do it. Okay, first aid box. Every store has a first aid box. Pretty sure at the top of my head, it's located just above the, as you walk into the kitchen, it should be on the wall on the left-hand side. Now, each store is different, so like I said, if you have been told, you need to ask, but your manager should explain all of this to you. It is in the checklist for your induction. So that was just a few things that I needed to cover off. There is plenty more information inside your induction pack. What I'll be doing now is I'll be showing you all to your different stores. I have a bus at the front. So I'll drop you off and you can actually introduce, like I'll go and show you all the managers' payroll and all of that in the main office here. But then when I take you, I'll introduce you to your team, and they will basically explain to you how things work. Like I said, I'm the HR manager here for Any Visit. So if you have any questions whatsoever, please let me know. My door's always open. So is the state manager's doors. His door's always open. So if you have any questions, don't feel like you can't come to me, because I'm more than happy, because I know what it's like to first start a new job. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, and we will continue this when we all get on the bus. Thank you.